All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. If you are coming back, if you've never been here before, my name's Amanda. We are going to do foundational poses tonight. We're going to keep it slow and really kind of dig into some of our base poses. So if you have a strap or a belt, grab that. If you have blocks, books, I've even used canned goods before, something to bring the floor closer to you, you can grab those. If you don't have any of those things, you can still totally do this practice. So keep your strap handy, but come all the way down onto your back. Coming onto your back here, just extend the legs out, bring the palms up, and start to tune into your breath, noticing how you're feeling this evening, what might be going on in your body. Take a deep breath in, fill up low belly, low ribs, upper ribs, all the way into the base of your throat. And then open your mouth, exhale, and let something go. Another deep breath in, fill up completely. This time, hold your breath at the top. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. One more round like that. Deep inhale, holding your breath at the top. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Start to come into whatever style of breathing feels natural and comfortable to you. Keep your jaw soft. Drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And as you settle into your practice this evening, bring to mind something that's bringing joy to your life right now. In these holiday seasons, we can often get caught up in all of the things to do. I feel like our lists get longer and longer each year. Pick out something on that list, something that you have to do that you're really looking forward to. Whatever this thing is, this event, this tradition, whatever it is that brings you joy, something that you're looking forward to, keep that in your mind's eye as we practice this evening. Reminding yourself that even though everything might be busy around you, taking time for yourself allows you to have more to give to those around you when you have these special events, these traditions. At the end of your next exhale, gently open your eyes. If you had them closed, go ahead and catch your strap. Bend your left knee and take your strap around your right foot. You're going to extend the heel up towards the ceiling and keep the strap in your right hand here. Now, even if the knee stays bent here, you really want to work through the hamstring. So if it's too intense with the leg straight, bend the knee and then just allow the shoulders and the hips to be heavy down to the floor. Press through the heel, press through the ball mound of the foot. And then on your exhale, extend that left leg out. Notice if that intensified the stretch at all. If it did, you might bend the knee more. From here, open the leg to the right-hand side. Only so far that that left hip stays grounded. As you press through that right foot, draw the low belly in. Really finding stabilization through the core here. Inhale, take it back up to center. Bend that left knee again. Cross the ankle over the thigh for figure 4. Release the strap. Keep it handy. We'll use it again in a second here. Just gently guiding that right knee away from you. No need to make it intense right off the bat. Shift your hips towards the right, and then drop the knee and the foot down to the floor. Keep that right knee up towards the ceiling. You can cactus the arms here if that feels good. If you need a little bit more, using opposite hand to that right leg, just gently pushing away, finding more length through that right side body. Let the shoulders be heavy down towards the mat. And then inhale, take it back up, uncross the legs, and we'll switch sides. So taking the strap around that left foot, keep the right knee bent for now. Extend the left leg up towards the ceiling, same hand to the strap. Press the heel towards the ceiling. Really gliding that left hip crease away from the shoulder, creating length through the spine, length through the side body. And then if you need to intensify here, extend that right leg down. Few more breaths here. Again, allowing the shoulders to soften. And then open the leg to the left-hand side. Only open so far that that right thigh bone, that right hip can stay rooted down to the ground. Pressing through the heel. And on your next inhale, take it back up to center. Bending the right knee again. Take the ankle over the thigh for figure 4 and release your strap. Toss it off to the side. Gently gliding that left knee away from you. Again, doesn't need to be intense to be effective. Shifting the hips over to the left-hand side. Drop the right knee and the foot down to the ground. You can cactus the arms here if that feels good. If you have further to go, taking opposite hand to that left leg and gently press away from you. This creates more space through that left side body. If this gets too intense at any point, just back off a little bit. We'll be here for 3 more breaths with each inhale, finding more length through the spine. With each exhale, just allowing yourself to settle into the twist. The end of your next exhale, take it back up to center. Uncross the legs. And tuck both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Maybe rock side to side here if that feels good on the low back. Coming back to neutral. For tabletop on your back, so your dead bug is another thing that it's called. So stacking your knees over your hips, your ankles in line with your knees. From here, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. See if you can stack your wrists and elbows over your shoulders. Tone the low belly in. So draw the navel towards the spine and see how much surface area of your back you can get on your mat. Press your palms up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, curl head and shoulders and just press shoulders and hands towards the ceiling. Keep the belly drawing in. Inhale to soften down. A little goes a long way here. Exhale, curl head and shoulders. Inhale, lower down. One more time like that. Exhale, press it up. Draw low belly in. Inhale, lower down. This time, taking the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg out, but float the right leg off the floor, about 6 inches. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl head and shoulders. Tuck the knee in tighter. Inhale to release. Switch sides, draw that right knee in. Left leg floats, deep breath in. Exhale, curl head and shoulders. Tuck that right knee in tighter. Inhale to release. This time we're going to move with our breath. So deep breath in. Exhale, curl. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release down, bend the knees, release the feet. Bring the knees to touch. Take the feet out as wide as your mat. And just allow the knees to drop in towards one another. We're going to take another variation on that dead bug. Such a fancy name. Just a breath here. Take the feet back to center. Again, finding that reverse tabletop. So pressing the low back into the mat, stack the knees over the hips, reach the arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, curl head and shoulders. Inhale, right arm extends overhead, left leg extends. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, take it in. 2 more. Inhale, left and right. Exhale, inhale, left and right. Switch. Good. One last one. Inhale. Exhale, take it in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, take it in. And then lower back down. Let the knees fall into touch. Take the knees wide, or feet wide. From there, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Coming back up through center, tuck both knees into the chest. Rock and roll the length of your spine. On your 3rd or 4th round, you're going to catch yourself in boat pose. So that might look like feet down. It might look like feet lifted with hands behind the thighs. Lift through the chest. You can stay here or extend the arms out in front of you. Wherever you come, lift the chest towards the thighs. Let the shoulders relax. Another deep breath in. And exhale, cross the ankles. Shift yourself over, coming to tabletop. So as you come into tabletop here, making sure there's nothing on your mat, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale as you drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. Exhale, press the ground away, round the back. Adding in some organic movements. Inhale, drop the belly. Maybe take a side body stretch. Exhale, round the back. Switch to the opposite side. Again, inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Bring big toes to touch. Take the knees out wide. Sink your hips towards your heels. And walk your hands out in front of you for child's pose. As you allow yourself to settle in here, really still pressing through the palms, keeping the upper arms active. Think about spreading the hands wide. Next, inhale, press yourself back up, tabletop. Extend your right leg back. Keep your toes on the mat here. Press back through your heel. And then lift that right heel up in line with the hip. You can stay here or add on opposite arm. Really extending from the fingertips all the way through the heel. Another deep breath in. Exhale, lower it down, switch sides. Left leg extends back, toes down, press back through the heel. Inhale, heel lifts, right arm extends. Tone low belly in, keep it active. Another deep breath in. Exhale, take the hand and the knee back down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips high for downward facing dog. Now you might pedal out the feet here, bend one knee and then the other. Inhale, shift it forward, high plank. Take the knees down. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. If you have props in your way, go ahead and move them out of the way. Starting with the hands back, palms down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Press your pubic bone into the floor. And on your exhale, lift the feet, lift the thighs off the mat. Really press the forehead down. Press the palms down, just the lower body lifts. Another deep breath in, lift a little higher. Exhale, relax. This time, arms come out in front of you. Take the arms next to the ears. Press the thighs, press the feet into the floor. And then we'll inhale, lift your upper body. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, cactus. One more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Make a pillow with your arms. Lower your forehead. Wiggle your hips from side to side. One more time, take the hands back, palms down, keeping the feet wide. Take a deep breath in, lift the chest first, then lift the feet. Again, keep the feet wide. On your exhale, lift your arms. See if you can lift the entire body a little higher. One more deep breath in to lift, reach through the toes. Exhale, relax it down. Make a pillow with your hands, your forearms, and wiggle your hips from side to side. Just releasing the lower back. Slide your hands to your low ribs. Press yourself up to tabletop first. And then downward facing dog again. Slight bend in the knees. As you reach through the arms, send your chest back towards your thighs. Nice and slow, walk yourself up to forward fold. Few deep breaths here. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Take your feet at least hip-width distance apart. Relax your belly and your thighs. Let your head and neck hang heavy. You might even grab opposite elbows here if that feels good in your body. You can sway from side to side. Exhale, release the hands down. Nice and slow, roll yourself to stand. One vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Once you get to the top, sweep the arms high, palms to touch. And then exhale, draw hands to heart center. Reach the arms overhead. Catch your left wrist. Cross your left ankle over your right. Deep breath in. And then exhale as you bend to the left-hand side. Sorry, right-hand side. So you get this nice long side body stretch. Inhale, takes you back up. Release the hands, but keep the legs. Exhale to fold. You might add in blocks here. If the floor is too far away, take blocks down. Few breaths here. Play with shifting the weight a little closer towards your toes, towards your heels, and then just find your neutral. Where do you find this stretch to be most effective? Nice and slow on your inhale. Press yourself all the way back up to stand. Reach the arms high. Uncross the legs and switch sides. So you're going to catch your right wrist, cross your right ankle over, deep breath in, and then exhale as you bend to the left. Really reaching all the way from the fingertips down through the heel. Inhale, takes you back up, and exhale as you forward fold. So again, play with your weight here. So shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet, back towards the heels. Find your neutral. Use the core on your inhale. Stand all the way back up. Reach the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Uncross the legs. Move your blocks out of the way, or at least off the front edge of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, come to chair pose. You might even take this with feet hip-width distance apart. It just depends on how you're feeling in your body today. And then exhale, bring hands to heart center. Shift your weight back towards your heels so that you can send your knees back and be able to see your toes. With your weight towards your heels, lift your chest a little bit more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Slide your blocks back in. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale as you fold. Blocks can come back out. Step back. We're going to come down to plank, but with our knees down. Draw shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Draw a low belly in. And then knees wide, hips back, child's pose. We're going to flow through our child's pose to our down dog a few times. So on your inhale, shift it forward to your knees down plank. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog, deep breath in. Exhale, keep the feet wide, knees down, hips back, child's pose. Inhale, take it forward to our knees down plank. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, knees down, hips back, child's pose. One more like that. Inhale, low plank. Exhale, down dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, knees down, hips back, child's pose. Inhale, take it up to tabletop, and then step your right foot forward. So keeping this lunge a little bit more squared off. So you want your back knee underneath your hip and your front ankle underneath your knee, in that general vicinity. We're going to add in blocks for this first round here on high or medium height. Just giving yourself more space. Even if you normally go deeper in this, try something different, try something a little bit less. So the goal here is to find action through the legs. As you push down through that front heel, can you imagine drawing that front foot back as you draw the back knee forward? Keeping that action in the legs, send your chest forward. So if the floor got too far away, when you change that, lift your blocks. Length through the spine, deep breath in. On your exhale, straighten the front leg, half splits. Pull the toes towards you. Now, even if this front knee is bent, I want you to imagine you're drawing that right hip crease back as you send your chest forward. On your exhale, bend into the front knee for that low lunge. Inhale, straighten the front leg or towards straight, chest forward. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend the front knee. This time taking a twist. Inhale, reach the right arm high. So really lifting out of that bottom shoulder away from the block. And then exhale, take the top hand back and flip the palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, open the chest like you're serving a platter. Draw the shoulder blade down the back. Exhale takes you back to center. And we'll just switch sides here. So stepping that left foot forward, again, you want to find that squared off lunge. So your back knee is mostly underneath your hip and your front ankle is mostly underneath your knee. Blocks on whichever height is more comfortable for you. Looking for action through the legs here. So pressing down with the front foot as you imagine that front heel drawing back. Your back knee draws forward. Inhale, send the chest forward, even if that means you lift the blocks. Exhale, straighten the front leg, half splits. Pull the toes towards you, send the chest forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, take the lunge. Inhale, half splits, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen the front leg. One more, exhale, bend. Keeping that right hand down. Inhale, reach the left arm high to twist. Again, really lifting out of that bottom shoulder. Find length. Exhale, take that top hand down about to the horizon. Flip the palm up. And on your inhale, open the chest like you're gliding a platter across. Another deep breath in. And then exhale, unwind. Slide your blocks out of the way. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Really pressing your chest back towards your thighs, even if the knees are bent. Find more space. Deep inhale. Exhale, take your time to walk forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, long spine. Exhale, fold. Chair pose as you sink the hips, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, straighten the legs, stand tall, reach the arms. Exhale to twist, so left arm reaches back, right arm forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, chair pose. We're going to take that same variation on that twist. Deep breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, left hand back to twist. Inhale to center, arms reach. Exhale, right hand back to twist. Inhale to center, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring the blocks in. Step your left foot back, but keep your knee off the mat. So as you come into this one, it might mean that your blocks come up higher again. Really lifting through that back heel as you send the chest forward. Inhale, reach the arms high, and then exhale, take the hands to the hips. Slight bend in the back knee here. Take tailbone towards the floor, then find more length through that back leg. Inhale, arms sweep high. Same twist variation we just did. Exhale to the right, right hand reaches back. Inhale, come to center, arms reach high. Exhale, take the left hand down, lean up and over towards the left hand side. Hand can come to the thigh, the hip, or behind the back. Inhale, take it up, arms reach. Exhale, hands down to blocks. Inhale, right arm reaches high, so you still have that connection through that left hand, really lifting out of that block. Another deep breath in. Exhale, take both hands down, step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot back for your lunge. Keeping this active here, send your chest forward as you bend into the front knee. Inhale, arms reach high, come all the way to stand. Exhale, take hands to the hips. Bend the back knee, find length through the torso. Inhale, extend that back leg. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, taking the twist, left arm reaches back. Inhale to center, arms reach high. Exhale, take hands down. Back knee stays lifted. Inhale, left arm sweeps high, twist. 2 more breaths here, really lifting all the way from the block to the fingertips, top fingertips. Exhale, release the twist. Step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands down. We're going to come back to that low plank, so knees down. Send the chest forward. If you need more than this, you can always lift the knees here. Another deep breath in. Exhale, toes to touch, knees wide, child's pose. Inhale takes you back up to tabletop. Step your right foot forward, and then we're going to spin towards the left-hand side, extend the right leg to straight. So you're stacked from your left knee to your hip to your shoulder with your right leg extended. Inhale, arms reach high. For gate pose, take that right hand down to the leg, lean up and over. So you're finding that same side body stretch we've been working on throughout the practice. Really drawing low ribs in, drawing that left hip crease back, opening through the left shoulder. Inhale takes you back up to center. Exhale, switch sides. So the left hand's going to come down, variation on the side plank. Right arm comes up and over the ear. Reaching through the fingertips. This time on your exhale, lift your right foot off the mat. See if you can line it up with your right hip. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, take that right foot down. Inhale as you come up, bend up and over the right leg on your exhale. Inhale takes you up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm high, lift that right leg. Flowing through that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, gate pose. Inhale up. Exhale, modified side plank. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, gate. Inhale. Exhale, side plank. Inhale brings you back to neutral. Bring that right knee in. We're just going to switch sides. Left leg extends out. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, left arm down. Reach up and over for that gate pose. So taking a few breaths here, really getting into this right side body. Reaching from the fingertips all the way down to the knee. Inhale takes you up. Exhale, that side plank variation. Reach the left arm up and over the ear. Next, inhale, lifting that left heel up. See if you can line it up with your hip as you extend. Another deep breath in. Exhale, lower your foot down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, gate pose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, side plank as that left foot lifts. Inhale to center. Exhale, gate. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side plank. Inhale, lift. Exhale, gate. Take it back up. Draw that left knee back in, face back towards the top edge of your mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, send the chest back towards the thighs. You can always take the knees down if you need less of this. Take your time to walk yourself up, forward fold. Slide your blocks underneath your hands again. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Standing solid on your right foot, send your left leg back for warrior three. So you really want to stack your blocks underneath your shoulders here, about shoulder width distance apart. And then as you tune in to that lifted leg, can you lift the heel a little higher? Even if your standing leg is bent a little bit. Send your chest forward. 2 more breaths here, really lift. Exhale, touch that back foot down. Inhale, arms reach high. And then you're going to swivel the back heel down for warrior two. So you want your back foot to be about parallel to the back edge of your mat, or in that vicinity. And then your front heel to line up towards the middle of your back arch. Reach the arms wide. Warrior two. Settle into your pose here. Soften through the shoulders. Take your gaze over your front hand. On your inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to lift. Exhale, warrior two. This time, back hand comes to your back hip. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling first, then up and back. So you maintain the bend in the front knee, and the length goes from the hip crease through the fingertips. Inhale takes you back up. And for side angle, we're going to add in a block. If you normally take this down to the floor, enjoy having extra space. Hand inside the front foot. Left hand's going to be at the hip. Rotate the chest open. Really lifting from the block all the way through the shoulder. Tune into your legs here. Notice, is anything shaking? Are you just sinking into the hips? Can you find more action through the legs? You find more action by imagining you're drawing the feet towards one another. Inhale, reach the top arm towards the ceiling, and then bring yourself all the way back up, warrior two. Swivel up onto the ball of the back foot, crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, take your hands to the blocks, move that left one forward if it moved, and step up, forward fold. Soften the chest down towards the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Coming back to that warrior three variation. So blocks are stacked under the shoulders. Inhale, send your right leg back. Even if that standing leg is bent a little bit here, find a lot of action through that lifted leg. Squeezing through the glutes to lift the heel higher. Send the chest forward. 2 more breaths. Exhale, touch that back foot down. Inhale, arms reach high for crescent. Exhale, open up for your warrior two. So again, you're aiming for that back foot to be parallel to the back edge of your mat as you reach the arms wide. Gaze over the front fingers. Settle into your warrior two here. Allowing the shoulders to soften. Take your back hand to your back hip. Reach your left hand towards the ceiling. Deep breath in as you lift up and then back. Maintain that deep bend in the front knee. Finding that same side body stretch we've been doing all through class. On your exhale, take it back to warrior two. Slide that block back in. Take it inside your left foot. Right hand to the hip. Open the chest. Really lifting out of that bottom block, that bottom shoulder. 2 more breaths here. Tune back into the legs. Can you find more action there? If you found enough action, breathe. Inhale, reach the top arm up towards the ceiling and bring it all the way back up to warrior two. Swivel up onto the ball of the back foot, crescent lunge. Exhale, take hands to the blocks. Slide the right one forward if you need to, and step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink the hips, chair pose. Reach the arms. 2 more breaths here. Shifting the weight towards the heels, lift through the chest. Exhale, hands to heart center, stand tall. All right, coming into tree pose. We're gonna play with one more balance here. Standing on your left foot, you're gonna bring your right foot either to your ankle, your calf, or your upper inner thigh. Wherever you come, you just wanna come above or below the knee. We don't wanna be putting pressure on joints for no reason. So we're gonna find something that feels stable. Bring your hands to your hips to start. Staring at something that's not moving. Lift through the chest, drop the shoulders. Maybe bring hands to heart center. If you still have further to go here, that right hand is going to come down to the thigh. Left arm reaches up. And on your exhale, take the side bend. Same side bend we've been doing all class. 2 more breaths here, really lifting through that base foot, base hip. Inhale takes you up. And exhale, release. Switch sides. Standing on your right foot, left foot comes in. Ankle, calf, or upper inner thigh. Wherever you're coming, I'm on carpet tonight, so I'm a little extra wobbly. Wherever you come to, find your focal point. Start with your hands at your hips. Tone the low belly in. Really engage through the core, even in these standing poses. If you fall out, smile. Maybe bringing hands to heart center. And if you still have further to go, that right hand comes down. Left hand comes down. Right hand reaches up, and then take the side bend. Bending towards that bent knee, that lifted foot. Inhale takes you back up, and exhale to release. All right, come on down to the floor. Keep a block handy. We're gonna start with a different variation on figure 4 than we started in class. So crossing right ankle over the left thigh, walk your fingertips towards your hips. This might be enough. You can always stay here, drawing shoulder blades together and lifting the chest. If you have further to go, the fingertips walk closer to the hips, chest lifts closer to the shin. If you have even further to go, your bottom foot that's on the floor walks back toward the hips, and you lift. So find somewhere that is sustainable. If at any point this is too much on the wrists, you can spin the fingertips away from the hips and get the same action. Couple breaths here as you lift the chest towards the shin. Keep that leg super active, pulling the right toes towards the knee. And then on your exhale, bending your elbows, gently unwind and switch sides. So left ankle crosses over the right shin, right thigh, finding your starting point here. So fingertips can be spun either towards the hips or away. Just depends on how the wrists are feeling. Lift the chest towards the shin. Pull the toes towards the knee. If you still have further to go, that bottom foot that's on the floor walks closer to the hips as you lift the chest. Couple breaths here as you settle in. Coming back to that thing that brings you joy, that thing that you're looking forward to coming days or weeks. And then exhale, gently bend the elbows and uncross. Coming into shoelaces here. So you're going to stack your right shin bone parallel to the top edge of your mat. You want your right knee to be out wider than your hip and keep this leg really active. Now there's a couple different places you can go here. If your knees tend to be cranky, you might just extend the opposite leg to straight. You can cross on top of the thigh or underneath. If you have further to go in the hips and you don't have cranky knees, you're going to cross the opposite ankle. So if your right leg is on the floor, your left ankle crosses on top. And we're aiming towards shin bones being parallel. Now, if you notice, I have quite a gap in between my knee and my ankle. I put a block in. I have one crabby knee and one not crabby knee. So from here, I'm going to sit nice and tall, deep breath in. And then on your exhale, you want to just start to hinge forward to fold. Typically, we have one side that's a little different than the other. As you fold here, maintaining the length through the spine. So if you feel like you're really rounded, you're going to come back off of it a little bit. Keeping the feet super active, toes pulling towards one another. Feeling this stretch in the outer hips. This is a great pose to do after you've been driving all day, sitting in a desk all day. Few more breaths here. On your inhale, gently walk yourself back up. Uncross the legs, and we'll just switch sides. So that left leg's going to be on the bottom. Again, you want your knee out wider than your hip here. Give yourself some space. If you're taking straight leg variation, ankle can be crossed underneath the knee or on top of the thigh. If you're taking the stacked variation, right ankle crosses over the top of the left thigh. You're aiming to have your foot coming outside that thigh. If you're crossed with your heel in your knee, you're not going to get quite as much into the hips. Again, if you have a lot of space between your legs, you can always add a block in here. Wherever you come to, take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And on your exhale, begin to hinge forward. Staying active through the feet. Aiming to have the shin bones theoretically stacked on top of one another. Just gives you more space. Anywhere you feel tension, allow your breath to just kind of ease that tension, ease that space. This is great to release through not just the hips, but the low back. A few more breaths here. And gently walk yourself back up and uncross. I'm going to take it down to the belly. You're going to cross your right arm underneath your chest. Let's see if I can do this without messing up the microphone on you guys. Right arm is going to cross underneath the chest. And then you're going to turn your chest towards the floor. So you're starting to get a stretch across the deltoid here. So as you turn the chest towards the floor, you might stay lifted. If you have further to go, you're going to start to drop down. Now, if the floor is still too far away, which it tends to be for me, you're going to add a block underneath your forehead. Whatever height you need. We're going to be here for a few breaths. At any point you feel any pinching, tingling, anything like that, you're going to back off. Just make a pillow with your arms. We want good sensation. Few more breaths here as you settle in. Just allowing the weight of the body to help you with this stretch. Two more breaths, really softening through the jaw. The end of your exhale. Slide your block out if you used one. So if your your right arm is underneath you, your left knee is going to come out at a 90-degree angle from here. And then from there, you're just going to roll all the way until you come down to your back. So if you need to rearrange yourself because you fell off your mat, go for it. This is going to take you into a supine twist. So you're really aiming to have that shoulder, both shoulders, towards the mat. If you find you got stuck halfway on your side, just shift your hips around until you can get yourself all the way into this twist. Couple more breaths here. With each inhale, finding more length through the spine. Each exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper. And then gently unwind. Come back up through center. And we're going to switch sides. So you can just roll over, but so that you can see me, I'm going to flip over. You want to cross that left arm underneath the chest, aiming the chest towards the ground. And if you're too far away, adding the block in underneath the forehead. Again, if at any point you find tingling, pinching, anything like that, go ahead and come out. This can be a pretty tight pose, so allow yourself the grace to back off if necessary. A few more breaths here as you soften down. If you used a block, go ahead and slide it out. You're going to lift the opposite knee. So if your left arm is underneath you, your right knee comes out to the side. And on your exhale, you're going to roll all the way to your back, finding that twist. Aiming both shoulders towards the mat, even if that means you need to rearrange your hips as you do so. With each inhale, finding more length through the spine. With each exhale, allowing yourself to settle into this twist. Inhale takes you back up. This time you're going to roll all the way to your back. Tuck your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Maybe rock side to side. And then go ahead and grab a block. We're going to come into supported bridge here. So I like my block on the lowest height. You can also do medium height. Probably just not the highest height for this evening. Unless that feels super good for you, just be careful because it can be kind of wobbly. Wherever you settle into in this supported bridge, you want this block to be under your sacrum. So it should feel supported, but if it feels crunchy at all, you might just need to readjust the block until it feels supported. Palms are going to come up towards the ceiling, and draw your shoulder blades together and then down your back. With this gentle heart opener, come back to that intention again. What is it that's bringing joy to your life? How can you open your heart to even more joyful opportunities, even in places where we don't think that they exist? How can you find areas of light in the darkness while still appreciating the darkness? We often find this time of year that we settle into the dark season, that we're so excited and so looking forward to more light that we forget what kind of stillness we can find on the other half of the spectrum. What kind of depth can you find? You have the palms up towards the ceiling, spin the palms down. And then one at a time, send your feet up towards the ceiling for a variation on legs up the wall. If at any point this is uncomfortable with the block, just slide the block out and just rest your hips on the floor. Sending your heels towards the ceiling, pull your toes back towards you. Couple more breaths here. This is a great pose to do right before bed. Anytime you need stress break. You're at work, a strong proponent of doing weird things at your desk, and send your legs up the wall, up on top of your desk, on top of your chair. And then gently lower your feet down to the ground. Lift your hips just enough so you can slide your block out if you used one. Tuck your knees into your chest again. Working just half happy baby this evening, so take your left foot down to the floor. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling, taking that right knee down towards your underarm. So if you can catch your calf, awesome. Ankle, great. If you can catch your foot, go ahead and grab that. Wherever you grab the leg, really drawing that knee down towards the underarm, but keeping the hips on the floor neutral. Then notice as you press that knee down, does that allow your left hip to lift? Can you press left hip back down? Get the core involved a little bit here, drawing low belly in, low ribs in. Soften the shoulders. And then gently release that foot and switch sides. Standing the left leg up, again, catching wherever on the leg you can. If that's only the ankle or only the calf or behind the hamstrings or only the foot, wherever you're at. Again, allowing the shoulders to settle down towards the mat, drawing that knee towards the underarm. Tune back in to where your hips are at. Can you press that right hip back down? Two more breaths here. At the end of your exhale, gently release that foot. We're going to end our practice this evening with bound angle. If you prefer Shavasana, you can always come into that. You're going to need both of your blocks. Bring soles of the feet together and knees open, and then slide your blocks right underneath your knees. So this should feel comfortable and supported. If at any time it's too much on the hips, just go ahead and extend the legs out for Shavasana. Hands can either be your thighs, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or hands down at the sides. Wherever you come to, wiggle the shoulder blades a little closer together. Take a deep breath in. And then open your mouth and exhale. Let something go. Back to that joyful thought. Thanking your mind, your joyful thoughts for supporting you through your practice. And then just gently allowing those thoughts to slip away for the time being. You are welcome to stay here in this resting pose for as long as you need. You are ready to move on your day or with your evening. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms overhead, interlace the fingers, put the palms away from you. One last long stretch. And glide your hands back down towards your thighs and bring your knees back into touch. Take your feet out as wide as your mat. Let your knees drop together. Slow, roll yourself off to either side, allowing yourself a moment there on your side in gratitude to yourself, to your practice, to your body for supporting you in your practice today. And gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Head comes up last. Your hands to heart center. Bow your forehead towards your fingertips. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this evening or whenever you have come to this video. I hope that you learned something new about yourself on your mat. I hope that you found something that brings you joy to your heart. Remember to fill your own cup before you try to fill others. From my heart to yours, thank you. Thank you everyone who joined us this evening or who comes back for the replay. Again, my name's Amanda. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like and subscribe. I am doing live classes every Wednesday night, and we will be adding in some other videos throughout the week. If there's anything specific that you're looking for, be sure to leave that in the comments below. And I will see you all next week. Have a great one, everyone.